Hello, my friends. It is me, Laura Ward. You should know if you are at my channel that it is me. So today I'm going to do one of my style workouts that are really for my body. And that's because I need to be able to do a lot of things: dance, pole dance, climb mountains, do all the fun things that I like to do. So I'm inviting you to participate with me, and maybe you are catching up on this at a later date. That is also fine. Listen to your own body at all times. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what different things are. Like, to warm up, we want to have some like dynamic mobility, some movement where we're just moving our body. So dynamic stretching is stretching with movement. We're going to inhale, open, bringing in the breath, and then exhale. Bend your knees, relax and soften, drop it down. Inhale, open it up, chest, lungs, heart, reach up. Exhale, bend your knees, soften, and release. Inhale, open it up, reach it out, get tall. Exhale, bend your knees, drop it down. So we're not going for a big hamstring stretch yet. We're making it easy and user-friendly by bending the knees. But all the tissue in your body, from the soles of your feet up to your fingertips, should start to be waking up. Exhale, dropping it down. Relax your head and neck. Inhale, open, lift, and exhale, drop and release. Inhale, open it up, reach it out. Exhale, drop and soften. And last one, inhale, up. And this time we're just going to shake it out. I'm looking at the light in here, and it's kind of dark in here. That's all right. Spirals, twisting, looking around behind you. Make sure your eyes are going with you, so your eyes are really seeing all the way back. And we could do this with our feet just parallel and planted on the ground, or we can do it so we're flexing and doing a big weight shift at the same time. And if you want to really test it, you can pick up that foot, right? See if you can balance in the movement. Using your breath. Good. Coming in, we're going to take it down, shift from side to side, bend one knee, bend the other, free up the spine. So we're hydrating all the tissue in the body as we move. Movement hydrates tissue. You're readjusting the fluids in your body. Coming in, elbows inside of knees, feet are parallel, plie, down, and then tail to the ceiling. Bending your knees, bringing it up. Bend it and stretch, and one more. Hold and stretch. You're coming halfway down. So you're going to come halfway down here. Think of sticking your butt out. So I'm not all like contracted here, but I'm lengthening my spine, reaching out through my tail, opening up, then taking my weight forward, head reaches forward, and then tail's reaching back. Head forward, tail back. Head forward, tail back. Head forward, tail back. So I'm starting to feel my quads fire up, forward and back, forward and back, forward and back. And then I'm going to stretch it up, walk my hands forward, adjust the camera, consider turning on lights out here and not do it. And then opening my feet wide and my hands wide, my knees are bent. I'm just going to go for a quick arch and curl with bent knees. So big cat cow, arching and curling, head to tail, waking up, hollow and curl. Inhale, arch and open. Exhale, hollow and curl. Inhale, arch. I can feel a lot of things happening in my body as I'm in this. So I'm getting a big stretch in my calf and Achilles, especially with that bent knee position. I can put my heels down on the floor and get a stretch, but in this version where I'm kind of active and engaged, I'm getting more of a stretch. I'm going to circle around, wrist, ankle, ankle, wrist, wrist. Warming up my joints. So I'm not only warming up my wrists and ankles, I'm also warming up my shoulders and my hips a little bit here as I'm shifting weight around, changing direction, going the other way. And my knees are bent because, again, I'm not going for my biggest hamstring stretch right now. I'm just working through my joints. So I'm hydrating the joints, greasing them up, getting that synovial fluid going. That is the fluid in your joints that keeps them greasy and happy. bringing it to a dog, one knee and then the other, bending, looking under your armpit or not. And then taking it into your dog, you're going to lift your heels, scoop your belly in, roll it forward, find your plank, push back with your heels, dropping your head, roll it up to the ceiling, lift, lower your heels, heels high, scoop your belly in, roll it all the way forward, reach it out, drop your head, push, roll it up to the ceiling and lower, heels high, scoop your belly in, roll it all the way, reach back through your heels, drop your head, roll it up to the ceiling, lower your heels, heels high, scoop it in, roll it all the way forward, push your heels back, drop your head, roll it up, vertebra by vertebra, reach to the ceiling with your tail, lower your heels, heels high, scoop, round, roll, rolling like a wave, find your plank, drop your head, push, roll it up, lower your heels, heels high, scoop it in, roll it forward, find it, drop your head, roll it up to the ceiling, lower your heels. Next one, we're going to come all the way forward. You can go over the tops of your feet, knees straight or bent, however feels good to you. And then taking your tail back, child's pose. In this position, look under one armpit, look under the other. So you're getting this spiral in your spine. Then taking your hands, interlacing your hands behind your back, if possible, just opening up. And again, a little bit of spiraling, looking from one side to the other. And then release, drop it down, roll it up, coming up. Taking the hands, I'm going to squeeze my fingers together and my elbows are pulling apart. I'm just going to twist again from side to side. Then I'm going to put my hands palm out and then palm in. Then I'm going to take it over my head. Let's go palm down, spiraling, palm out, spiraling, palms over your head, look to the ceiling, open it up, internally, externally rotate. And I am going to turn the light on out here. Not that it's going to make that much difference, but because the daylight is so bright, but who knows? Maybe a little bit more light will be in here. Oh, it does look like a little bit. All right, let's take it on to our butts, spiraling. So this is to massage out your hips. First, just going over one butt cheek and then the other, letting your knees fall one way and then the other, massaging out your lower back. Well, maybe not your lower back. For me, it's a little bit right down here in my sacrum, and that's usually where I need to get that tissue softened up. So if your piriformis, your rotators are getting tight, you want to release those rotators and piriformis, softening. And we're going to spiral the whole way, take it down. You can reach your leg out, bring it in, come up, circle the arms, big circle, come down, reach your leg out, bring it in, come up, open it up, big circle, take it down, reach your leg out. If you can take it further back, do it. Lengthen, bring it in, push up, big circle with the hands up to the ceiling, up to the gods. Take it down, reach your leg back, big stretch, and bring it down and come up over to the other side. Take it down, reach, get that leg back there, bring it in, open, take it back, reach. See if you can really straighten your knee back there. So when our leg is going in the back space, it's really hard to sense our knees. So getting it back there, straightening all the way. Often mine wants to be a little bent, and mine can look very bent even when, let's take this onto a forearms. Up, reach it back, come down, up, up, forearms, off the floor, reach it out, bring it in, up, up, forearms, hip up, reach your leg, bring it in, open, open, forearms off the floor, reach your leg, bring it in. You can do this without picking up your body, but if you want to get that extra bit, pick it up, reach it back. especially if you do things like pole dancing. You're getting some weird positions there. So you want to have access to strength and flexibility so your tissue can handle the movement that you're doing. Climbing also, yoga to a certain degree, but usually yoga is going to prep you for all the stuff that you're going to do. Sometimes in pole dancing, it's like, whoa, I'm in this crazy position. What is going on? So especially because I'm 52, I want to make sure that my body can get there, right? So that's what a lot of this work is for, to just prep and be able to make positions in a way that's healthy for my body. All right, taking it down to the floor. We're going to do a bridge. The bottom elbow comes in. You're going to shift onto your side, stretch out arm and leg, bring it back, open it up, press up high, lower down, press it up. Elbow folds under, onto your knee, reach and open, bring it in, lift it up, press as high as you can, and come down. Press it up, elbow onto your side, reach, bring it in, press it up, lift, and come down, up, shift, reach it out, big arch, open it up, press up higher, and come down. So if I did this faster, I could just pop in and come down, popping in and coming down. If I add that extra up in the beginning and the end, I'm working my back a little bit more. Working slower is often working harder, right? You're really spending more energy to do all the things. When we go faster, sometimes it's like we then take out parts to just get there quicker. All right, so press it up onto your side, open, look at your hand on top, bring it back in, press up high, lower down, up, coming under. Look at your hand, reach it into that bow, up, lift and lower down. Press it up to your side, reach it out, bring it in, press your pelvis up, come down. This is our last one. Up, side, reach, bring it in, and push, and come down. So for people who haven't done much work in their upper bodies, it might feel like a lot to roll over that deltoid and that shoulder, this part, right? That might be uncomfortable. You want to actively push the floor away. So you're not falling into it, but you're pushing. So that bottom arm is really engaged doing something. That's also massaging out all that tissue and getting on the outside of that rotator cuff joint. So it's giving your fascia some extra massage. And so not only movement hydrates tissue, but if I move the tissue by massaging it, that's going to hydrate the tissue as well. So that's going to also allow the fascia to renegotiate itself inside of there. All right, taking it down. I still want to do more here. I'm going to grab a block. You can do this without a block. Sticking the block under one foot. So block or no block. Block is going to make it a little bit easier, actually. Not harder, but easier. You're going to press your pelvis up. Once both hips are there, take the opposite leg that was on the floor up, and we're going to make circles on the ceiling, pushing the floor away. Pointed toes, long, straight leg. Pelvis stays high. Flex and go the other way. Breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth. Then pointing through the ceiling, pulsing up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Flex 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Fold it in, come down, shake it out. Let the muscles, especially that, actually for me, I really feel that on the quad of the standing leg. So I'm just going to hit that out. And I've had some inflammation in my knee. So I am trying to do more work to just clear that up. And it has been going quite well. It's almost back to normal, but still not quite there. Going with the other side, pressing up as high as you can go. Take your opposite leg, the one that's on the floor, off. Circles with your foot, circling around. Press high. Long straight leg, pointed toes, flex, change direction, other way. Pelvis high, pushing the floor away. So we're working a lot of things here. We're working strength, we're working mobility. We may be working flexibility depending on how tight we are. Pointing your toes, going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Flex 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Fold it in, come down, push your block away. Take both knees, actually give it a shake, right? Shake it, soften all that tissue. Hands on your knees. This is a release and lubricate your hip sockets and your lower back. So my head-tail connection, the lower half of my head-tail connection is getting this nice curl, and then maybe a little bit of an arch. And my ball and socket joint of my femur head in my hip socket here is getting this nice round movement. So that's greasing up the whole inside of that hip socket. Then we're going to open the feet a little wider, take your arms up in a V, internally rotate one leg at a time. Spiral in. If you do a lot of work, either in parallel or turned out, like cycling, skating, dancing, then you want to make sure that you also spend some time rotating inward so that that tissue gets that release, right? This is super important, super important. If you're spending all your time turned out, that your tissue gets a chance to do this sometimes, right? All right, let's leave that. Circles with both legs. This is my favorite, as everyone knows. Reaching down, point your toes up. Maybe they don't know. Now they do. Up, out, down, and in. I'm pointing up, lengthening through my legs, flexing as I go down and in. Pointing, flexing, pointing, flexing. I'm going to take it a little higher, hiking up, rolling it down, making the circle. Up, rolling it down, making the circle. Up, roll. That's an option. You don't have to do it. Really up to you. Up, roll, circle, up. Now, if I use a lot of momentum to get my legs up, which I can do and make it super easy, that's great. But I can also make it harder and use my arms more to push my legs up. Thinking of my feet going like straight up over my face. Relax, let that go. Free up your head tail. Shake it out. Maybe do a little rock. Let the tissue in your body, let your guts and organs, all that stuff, heart, lungs, rib cage, have some movement. So we're not just condensing in, but we have some free flow in our bodies, some capacity for movement. And let's do another thing here. This is a mixture of Pilates and kind of gyrotonic, gyrokinesis. So it's going to be 3 leg switches going 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to circle your legs around and change. I'm going to point for this 1, 2, 3, flex to circle around, make the change. Pointing 1, 2, 3, flex and open. 1, 2, 3, flex, open. 1. You can also drop your head down. 2, 3. If you feel like your neck is taking too much tension, if you feel like you're closing the front of your body too much, which most people are, then take your head down every once in a while. 1. This could be much smaller. You could be here, right? Go for long legs, pointed toes, even if it's small, right? Giving the tissue a chance to start to learn to open up and be more mobile. In that, you also have to get your mind to open up and have more free flow, right? Last one. Relax. Shake it out. Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. Free flow your torso. Wiggle it around. Mobilize your belly. Mobilize your guts. Relax your neck, tongue, and head. Let it go. Just breathing. And let's do a roll up. I never do these, but we're going to do them today. Let's just do our hamstrings for a second before we do that. So pressing up, legs parallel, pulsing up, going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Long through your body. 12, 13, 14, 15. Feeling your hamstrings. Now you're going to pull forward and backward. So it's going to switch to a little bit more hamstring and quad awareness going on this diagonal. And then slowly roll it down. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Shake your whole body, let it go. Jiggle like jello. And then we're going to do this roll up. So I'm going to scooch back so that I can show the whole body for it. I'm going to get really long here. Before I do the roll up, I'm just going to stretch through one side, right arm, right leg, or left arm, left leg, and then the other side, really thinking of lengthening out in the nervous system, in the tissue. Guess what? It's all connected. Your nervous system, your nerves are routed out through your fascia. A lot of times your nerves, your blood vessels, and your lymphatic are moving along together, right? So there's a lot of connectivity in everything in your body. Deep breath in. On the exhale, roll it forward, rolling forward and up, diving forward, scoop it out and up, big lift, arch, see the light, have a moment, come back into vertical, roll it down through your spine, and that is moving. Inhale, open. Exhale, diving forward, scoop it out, reach out and up, lift, come into neutral, roll down, vertebra by vertebra. Inhale, open. Exhale, diving forward, scoop, lengthen, lift, arch, have a moment with the goddess, bring it into vertical and take it down. Inhale, open. Exhale, reach it out, dive it forward, scoop. So here's our moment of transcendence. Oh, I'm reaching up to the heavens. I'm going to come back to neutral and take it down to the ground, grounding my energy down here. Exhale, diving forward, reach, scoop, lift, transcendent moment with goddess or God, whatever it is up there, or just the sky, just the sun and the moon and the stars. Dive forward, reach it out, and we're going to change it. Open it up, taking it to the right or the left, forward, around to the other side. We're going to keep circling into the back space, if that feels okay. Circling all the way around. So if we were dancing, this would be a grand port de bras, circling the whole way. Big movement of the arms. And your torso, surprise, surprise. Last one. And we're going to change it, coming up over the top, other way, sideways, forward, and around. Open, open, open. Sideways, forward, and around. Open. If it doesn't feel good to open up like that in the back space, then don't do it. You can always just come up the center. And then take it in, roll it up, and let's flip over onto hands and knees. Into a one knee on the floor, heel reaching out. You're going to arch, push back through your heel, open up, come over the top of your foot, push into your arms, curl and round. Heel reaches back, arch, open, pushing through the top of the foot, point, curl, round. Reach it back, arch, chest opening, over the top of your foot, curl and round, and one more. Reach it back, open, over the top of your foot, push. I could push enough to lift up my knee, right? Switch it to the other side. Arch, 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 over the top of your foot, push, curl, scoop your belly in. Reach through your heel, reach through your tail, reach through your butt. Hollow, curl, push. Yeah. Reach it out. Arch, arch, over the top of the foot. Curl, lift or not. Push it back. Open. Push. I mean, just add that in if you want to. Lifting the knee. Last one. Push down. Yeah, this one, because of the weirdness, I'm not picking my foot off also. So I'm going to come in, walk my knees back, big circles with my hips. Really dropping down to the floor in the front, reaching out in the back. And then changing direction the other way. And I'm feeling the sort of push-pull with my arms. So my arms are really connected into my body. Considered and connected. Let's take it down. Lift the whole thing up. You're going to inhale, open wide. Exhale, bring it into a line. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. In through your nose. Maybe out through your mouth. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Hands next to your chest. Keep pushing up. Open, open, open. If it feels good, bend your knees. Look up. Take it back. Child's pose. Breathe. Shift from side to side. Let it go. And then come in. Bring it up. And we're going to take it forward again. Onto, let's do it just a wrist circle before hand. And when I say circle, I really mean 2 circles or a figure 8. And as I'm doing this circle, I am also letting my elbows move, my scapula, my collarbones. So this isn't just my wrists doing this, it's this whole connected movement with my body, right? I can add some breath. Big inhales, big exhales, and shake it out. And let's take it into a forearm plank. So we're going to do forearm plank. One leg is going to cross under, the other leg is going to come over. We're going to come into a side plank. Forearm plank here. Just push forward and backward before we do that other thing. Finding your head-tail connection, finding your head-heel connection, and then cross one leg under. One hand comes up. Let's do an arm circle in one direction, an arm circle in the other direction, and bring it in. Elbow down, cross, cross. Over, lift, arm circle. One way, arm circle. The other way, bring it in and switch. Sideways, arm circle. Let your chest and lungs open. Use your breath. Bring it in. Walking around, circle. And then the other way, opening. Bringing it in. One more time each side. Sideways, arm circle, chest and lungs. Other way. Am I doing 1 or 2? Am I doing 1.5? I don't even know. Other side. Depends where I start my circle. Bringing it in. Coming into my forearm plank. Coming parallel to the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Twisting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Take it down all the way. Bend your knees. Let your legs fall from side to side. Breathe. Ideally through your nose, inhaling. Letting your lungs move. So as my legs are falling side to side, there's movement all the way up into my diaphragm. And inside of all of that is my heart moving. And then come in, curl your toes under, put your head down, just push up and down. Relaxing, letting go. Neck, shoulders, head, everything released. And then we're going to bend one knee, grab on, draw your heel into your butt, pubic bone into your mat. You can take your knees towards the outer lateral side of your hip and then bring it in towards midline. So this movement isn't happening in the knee, it's happening in the hip joint, right? That femur head turning in and out, giving all of the quads, adductors, abductors, and hamstrings a chance to renegotiate their relationship with your femur and each other and your IT band. Then we're going to kick the whole thing up, reaching it out and up, opening, breathing, radiating away from center, bow pose. And release, come down. Same thing on the other side. Heel in towards your butt, pubic bone towards the mat, and then letting that turn in and out. I'm going slower on this side because this is my knee that's got the inflammation. And I'm pretty sure that the inflammation in my knee is coming from an injury from when I was hiking down the mountain with my brother in Vancouver. And I came down kind of hard on my ankle and I felt the whole thing kind of jam up and get unhappy. And then I was like, this isn't going to happen right now. I got to make it down the mountain. So I went down the mountain by completely ignoring it. That's how I went down. But it wasn't really hurting. I went home. I did a bunch of body work on my ankle, my calf, my shin, my hip for a couple of days. Also went dancing the next day. And then lo and behold, a month later, back in my home, I feel my knee get all full of fluid. And I'm like, oh, it's that injury in my ankle. Radiate and open. And release. Come up. Take it back. Child's pose. Surrender. Take your hands, palms up. Open the front of your forearm. Drop down. And in this position, kind of push-pull your tissue on your arms, you're sort of engaging your lats, drawing your shoulders down. But and maybe your pecs a little bit. You're just giving a massage to this part of the tissue and reinterpreting this relationship from your fingers into your rotator cuff. And then come up. And let's just do a couple of these wrist ones. The more forward you are, the more weight you bear on your hands, the more you're going to work the muscles. But if you have an injury, take your weight back. So taking it down and then up and then pushing through and lowering. Down, up, push through and lower. Down, up and press. Lower, down, up, press. Lower, down, up, press. Lower, down, up, press. Lower. Let's go over the back of the hands. Monkey fists this way. You can arch and then curl. Arch and curl. And then let's take our hands. Let's do it this way. Down and up and press. Lower, down, up, press. Lower, elbows wide, up, press, and lower, down, up, press, and lower. Switching it, elbows and down, up, press, lower, down, up, press, lower, down, up, press, and lower. Last one. And up and press and come in. Shake it out. Let it go. Jiggle and release. Let it all go. And let's just do a few more things. So I kind of want to give my hands a break. And I want to work my legs a little bit more. So I'm just going to come into a lunge here. So I'm going to come into my lunge. Ideally, this is pretty much perpendicular to the floor. My heel is reaching back. And then I'm just going to rock forward and backward a little bit, trying to not entirely put all of my weight on my hands, right? So if I do this, I'm kind of supporting myself. I'm going to work my legs a little bit more. If I really need to work on my flexibility, I might just drop into that more. And then I'm going to step that back foot in, flex the front foot, and take it forward, reach it out. Coming up, flex, and out, up, flex, and out, up, flex. Going over the top of my knee in the back, I'm going to circle my arms up to the ceiling. Hello again, and take it down, back, and flex. Forward, pelvis comes through. I'm circling up, creating this arc shape, arcing shape, and back. Forward and lift, open, open, open. I'm going to do one more of those because I feel like I'm getting a little bit more open every time. Forward. And then I'm going to take this into a split. You could hang out here or not, really work with what feels right to you. So if you've got a split, go for it. And you can play with it there, letting yourself drop down, come up, arch and lift, grab the leg, whatever you want to do, breathing into it. So if I'm shifting side to side here, I'm letting the stretch shift through my back of my hamstring, right? There's 3 different sections of your hamstring coming out. As I move across, that's changing the stretch. It's also changing the stretch in the front of this other hip. All right, I'm going to bring it in. And we're going to do one more thing here. You're going to shift to the side. Now, in this position, if you can't get your heel on the floor, that's fine, but try to get your knee over your toes. So this is a great inner thigh stretch if you push the knee back. You can see what I'm doing there. And here I'm just going to point and flex that foot. So I see a lot of people who are doing a lot of cool movement stuff. And the one thing that I see that's often lacking is any kind of relationship into their feet. Their feet are just these things hanging on the end. I would love to see them be able to flex, be able to point, be able to do things with their foot. So waking up that foot, I'm going to circle and bring it in, coming back. Taking it to a dog, just walking through. I'm going to walk my feet in, I'm going to come up, and I'm just going to let my body adjust to having been in that big stretch by being up on my legs and walking around. Oh, I'm a person. I'm a biped. And then I'm going to take it down for the other leg. So, yeah, whatever you feel like your body's like, I need to adjust, come back into being a normal person walking around. That is a great way to adjust. Taking it forward and backward here. Again, you can do this with no hands, light hands, or deep into it, whatever you feel like you need. Breathing. And then stepping the back one in just a little bit, coming up, flexing, down. Breathing into it. Feeling into the tissues in your body, right? So you can feel what's going on. Then I'm going to put my knee down. I'm going to open up, taking it forward and taking it back. So here I'm really cycling in the sagittal plane, the wheel plane, cycling in the wheel plane. I am moving forward, taking it up, forward, down, back. One more. And then taking it into this split, hoping I did both things evenly on the 2 sides for the most part. Breathing. You got to keep stretching. And if you have, like, you don't want to lose your flexibility. If you don't move, you're going to lose it. So you want to be moving it, working with it, developing it, present with it. patient with it. Good, bringing it in. Taking it to my dog. Oh, I skipped something. I know what I skipped. This, turning around. I was like, this seems different. So here's the back view. Elbow inside. I'm going to flex and point. Big groin stretch, big adductor stretch. And circling my ankle one way, waking up the feet and toes, circling it the other way. And then bringing it in and taking it back to your dog. Bend one knee, bend the other, walk it in, roll it up, and shake it out, walk it out. And we're just going to end with a hip stretch. I'm going to do one ankle over the other one, over the other knee, taking it down. And then foot to the floor and spiraling one way, spiraling the other way. Then I'm going to cross this knee over the other knee, so I'm right there, taking it down. Big breathing. What can I let go of? And then switching it to the other side, starting with ankle to knee, sitting up tall. You could do the lift or not. Take it down. And then foot on the floor, spiraling, twisting, getting taller. Little counter stretch. And then knee over knee, taking it down this way. Yeah, so our bodies need diverse practices, right? Like I need to do more intense strength training and flexibility training. And then I also do my sort of in the middle exercise class where it's the like somatic exercise, whatever. And that's sort of like a daily thing. You could do that every day, just hydrating everything, getting things moving, working a little bit with strength, a little bit with flexibility, but not maximally strength or flexibility. And then there's like the deep dive somatic practices. And those really are great when you're ready to de-interlace some of the personality holding stuff that you have going on. Bang it out, rotate in and out. We're going to add one more. I'm going to do a big straddle stretch, flexing, arching, and then pointing and curling. So I'm flexing and opening, and then point, hollow curl. Again, look at, I'm working my feet. I could add my arms. Reach and open, hollow and curl. Now I'm going to take it down, rounding it down, flexing, arching, and coming up. Pointing, curling, rounding, reaching it out. Flex, arch, open, point, curl, round, flex, arch, and open. Changing direction. Arch, 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 arch. Curl, 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 curl. Flex, arch. Everything radiating away from center. And then surrender, hollow, curl, roll it up. Last one. And I'm going to stay here. I'm going to release and come up and bring it in, banging them out, letting the tissue soften back up, giving all the quad, IT band, inner thigh, just inviting them to release. And then the same thing. This is super important for me as I have this little bit of an injury, which is getting so much better, but to give some attention to the tissue in my legs. All the fascia loves circular movement. Like I can kind of cross hatch, but circles are going to be obviously more three-dimensional. So I am going down the front, coming at the back. I'm just feeling into what feels good and right. Looking at some birds landing on the trees outside. Really cute. And I'm just going to give my other leg, the non-injured leg, which is usually the one that has more problems. So it's really interesting that my injury changed to my right almost always my injuries are on my left. So I find that a very interesting thing to look at the big scheme of things that, it's shifted. Something has changed. Taking my knees toward the floor and then heels towards the floor. Knees, heels, knees, and pressing up and opening, shifting from side to side, freeing up the spine, head and tail. What can I let go of? Soften. And then coming in, coming up, opening it up, and last but not least, breathing. Inhale. Letting go. Inhale, open. See the sun. I got the sun right over my shoulder in more than one wave. I get two suns up there because the real sun is not far from that sun if we went out and up. All right. I know nobody's stuck with me this whole time, and that's fine. I need to actually advertise when I do my lives, but I'll tell you now, Thursdays just after 10, because probably like at 10 o'clock, I'm trying to set myself up. So probably by 10:05, I'm starting class. And Saturdays at 9:30, slightly easier class. And Mondays at 9 a.m. This is all Eastern time. So if you are around, those will all be live streamed. Please feel free to join me, like, subscribe, do all the things, and enjoy your day. Don't control other people's bodies. Find some kindness in your heart, in your own system. Radical self-acceptance, radical non-judgment.